Oh! Oh, we're gonna die! Ah! Oh God, oh God, oh God! Ah! Covering fire! Oh!
I have a crime scene at my location.
Units, we have reports of a hostile in your area. Over. Received. Moving in hostile's direction.
Hello again! Would you like to exist in a near future dystopian world where corrupt governments and uber-powerful technology corporations track, trace, profile, and control the general population through a series of oppressively aggressive and invasive data systems? Well, congratulations, you already do. Haha, cynicism. Would you like to exist in a world just like that, but in video game form instead, where it's fun instead of depressing, and you get a sense of actual agency and can enact actual worthwhile change in the world instead of being a continual victim of the corporate industrial complex? Hi, I'm Blunty. This is Watch Dogs Legion. It's hitting shelves in a couple of days from now, and a little while back I popped in on the Ubisoft Australia team and got a few hours dicking about in it done. This is a work in progress version I'm playing, so if you see any weirdness, don't necessarily count it as being in the final game. For those of you who've played the series before, it's closer in look and feel and attitude to the playstyle of Watch Dogs 2 than it is to the first one, in that it's a bit more lighter hearted instead of, you know, grim, dark greys and browns. But Legion also does back off a little in its effort to kind of pantomime the kids' youth street cool stuff and offers up instead a much broader selection of characters who will feel a bit more real and offers up, through that, a lot more different possible play styles as well. For those of you unfamiliar with this series, don't worry. Legion, while it does have some continuity and references to the other games, it is not really a direct sequel as such. It's just more stories that happen in that same world they've established already. And it's taking place in the United Kingdom instead of America, as the first two games were. So, you know, if you're not from the United Kingdom, you're going to hear a lot of funny accents and tremendous amount of that wonderful, wonderful UK slang.
Reload? Fuck, think we'd go back for you? Don't trust the Kelly dog.
So, you can come to Legion completely clean of the other games and not feel lost. And if you do come from the other games, there's enough references to other events and corporations and things that happen that every now and again you go, oh, I remember that. So, at its base, Watch Dogs Legion is an action-adventure, open-world, third-person game with light RPG-style character build mechanics and its party piece gimmick to help it set it apart from any number of other Ubisoft-style open-world action-adventure light RPG games that, alongside their main character-driven stories, are filled with immense numbers of side quests, collectathons, territory claiming, fetch questing, and busywork fun times, is the idea that you can take pretty much any and every NPC in the world, and they do pretty much literally mean any of them. If you see them wandering about, chances are you can recruit them. So you go up to them, you start the quest line to recruit them, and you sort of go through a few missions to you know, help them out and get them on your side, and then you can add them to your team and play as them at will. In practical terms, the missions you need to do to unlock these NPCs as playable characters are not fully unique for every last one of them. I did a few of them in my little playtest here, and a couple of them unlocked a nearly identical quest about rescuing someone from police lockup, basically. And while all the characters do look different, you know, different ages and different ethnicities and different clothing and different attitude and, you know, styles and stuff like that, many of them do actually use the same selection of dialogue lines. And I did, again, find two completely separate characters who looked completely different, came from completely different backgrounds and a completely different, you know, traits and things like that, but they were using the exact same voice actor and the exact same recorded lines between them, which was a little weird. But what does make all these different characters different from one another in a genuine way is their unique skill sets. Some characters have passive benefits, some have harmful traits, some have both. The harmful traits are kind of fun. You can either use them deliberately for extra challenge, or you can use them for extra comedy. Like I found a stealth-focused kind of assassin-type character, but he had alcoholism, which made him occasionally burp rather loudly, which breaks his stealth, of course, so that's a fun little challenge. And I'm already hearing people talking about doing a grandma-only run, or an alcoholic-only run, and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of variety in the game, and a lot of potential for replayability, doing different things in different ways as well, which is always kind of exciting in a game like this. These characters also have other traits. Some are better at hacking, some are better at combat, some have faster cooldowns, some have slower cooldowns, some are lawyers, for example. So it's a good idea to recruit a lawyer to your team. So when one of your other teammates gets arrested, which would otherwise mean their jail time equates to a cooldown where you can't use them in gameplay for a while, Well, that cooldown is now shortened because your lawyer can get them out quicker. Same thing for having a medic and doctor on your team. That means if anyone's critically injured, they recover faster, so you can use them again quicker. And alongside their active and passive traits, they'll sometimes come with rare equipment, like specialized transport or unique weapons. So effectively, instead of doing traditional character builds as you would in other role-playing games, you build a tank or you build a healer or whatever it is, in this, you can actively seek out and recruit characters who suit your gameplay style and needs. So that's an interesting twist on things. And of course, you can do the same mission in several different ways, just like you could in the other games. You can sort of brute force it, go in there guns blazing and hope for the best. You can stealth your way around. You can be an assassin. You can be clever at hacking and just trick your way through things. You can manipulate the situations by use of gadgetry, like the fun little spider drone, which is useful for distractions or for combat takedowns or remote-controlled hacking. Or you can also just fly around on a big-ass industrial drone and wonder why nobody is noticing you 20 feet in the air on this big humming drone. Megan here, for example, is a construction worker. She can walk freely into construction sites unchallenged by security, which can be very useful at times. She can summon one of those cargo drones on command, which you can use for remote hacking, but you can also just climb on it and fly around, which is heaps of fun. Might be the easiest way over a wall you would otherwise have to hack your way through a door or a security point to get through. Her melee weapon is a big frack-off adjustable pipe wrench with which to cause severe industrial injuries with. But rather more amusingly, here's her other weapon. She has a projectile weapon. It's a nail gun, which, as it turns out, is very effective at close range for insta-kill headshots. Go figure. I can tell you right now, when I get this game myself, I will be recruiting someone who has a nail gun. The vehicle handling, which is very much like Watch Dogs 2, which means it's rather less physics cartoony than, say, GTA 5, but also a bit mushier and arcadey feeling than some other games are as well. I never really loved the driving in Watch Dogs 2, or this for this matter in my experience so far. It still feels just a bit disconnected somehow. But that said, it is rather easy to drive around, and car chases are not that challenging to weave through traffic on. There's also an auto drive function as well. It's not quite the same as fast travel, which is in the game, but auto drive will just take control of the car, so you can just, have a coffee while you move from one point to another rather casually. But yeah, car chases are still quite fun as well. I did get myself into a little trouble at the end of this particular car chase, though. By this point, you might have also noticed that it's actually a pretty damn good-looking game, and of course, it does have RTX ray tracing built into it too, as you might be able to see on the roof of the car there as we glide by these, see the reflections of various things and stuff, and the shadows all look nice. I'm not sure exactly how much and what RTX they've put in here, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter exactly precise. Oh gosh, I haven't quite escaped from the police here, have I? We'll just we'll hide in the bushes. Hiding in the bushes is always a pro-level technique for getting away from cops. We'll hide in those. I don't think those are ray trace shadows, but we'll hide in the shadows. I can also I've got a little deployable thing here. This is one of the selectable weapons. I've got a little deployable shock mine, basically. So I'm just going to wait here for the cop to wander by and knock himself out. As it turns out, didn't need to. He wandered away on his own. The nice thing about this is I can actually collect this again as well. I can just pick that up and get it out of the way, so it's not sitting there waiting to accidentally trigger when I don't want it to. Bye, drone. Yeah, again on the driving. Yeah, look, it's not true to life, is it? Have you ever tried to do a wheelie on an electric scooter? Because yeah, that's not how that works. But I do like how it looks and feels out in the streets. Lots and lots of people out there, traffic out there doing its trafficky thing, and I didn't see many examples of the AI being really weird about how the vehicles control themselves. All right, a little bit later on here, I'm doing a little mission here. I'm trying to be stealth, but I do make a rather large stealth mistake here in a minute. See this person here? Yeah, if I had bothered to pay attention to what was going on here, I would have realized that when you do actually beat up a demolitions expert who is filled with explosives, they do tend to explode and call attention to yourself. So, yeah, stealth kind of ruined here. All right, so this is Emma. She is an actor. One of her unique perks is she's famous. She gets noticed in public, which is a bit weird. But she also has a special motorcycle you can call up on demand. So you can just have yourself a nice little sporty motorcycle at any point, which is nice. But yeah, she gets noticed by fans and by drones, so if you're trying to do stealth, well, she might be a good choice, because I've actually got her hooked up here with a stealth function here. So she gets noticed, but I can also stop her being noticed by engaging that little stealth mechanic there. The Gene here is the favorite of the characters I tried out in my little demo here. Obviously, he's a doctor, so he has uniformed access to medical facilities. I can go to any medical facility unchallenged. He has a dart gun we'll come back to. He has a triage ability, which means if someone else in my team gets injured, like shot to death, for example, they recover more quickly, so I can use them again more quickly. But he also has a negative trait in that he's not very good at hacking. He has a long hack cooldown, so if you're trying to hack your way through a place, he's not ideal for that. And I do like doing the hacking thing, but his advantage is his unique weapon there, that dart gun. If you're trying to do a non-lethal run, then this guy is maybe, or someone like him, maybe what you might be trying to look for, because that dart gun, it works a bit like the nail gun, in that from sort of short to mid-range, it's an extremely effective weapon and will put people down in one hit, but it does so non-lethally. So if you're role-playing as non-lethal, this is ideal for you. The only problem is, if you get noticed before you fire the dart gun, I guess the aggression of the person you're trying to fight sort of overrides whatever tranquilizer you've got loaded up in your gun. It was also a bit tricky to get ammo for this thing as well, so you've got to be careful about when and where you use it. Also not the world's most effective weapon if you just ignorantly stroll up to a group of people, because I'm in trouble here. Nope. Okay, we'll just beat them to death with the butt of my non-lethal weapon here. It's all perfectly fine. I'm a doctor. I know how to incapacitate. I know where all the pressure points are. It's fine. I am somewhat in trouble here, so what I'm going to do is bravely run away. Ouch. Yes, I'm going to very, very, very boldly and bravely tactical retreat. We're going to medical tactical retreat. That'll give us a little bit of time while they're looking for us to throw a little stun bomb there. Knock one guy out. Down he goes. A few zaps from my little taser gun there. Another non-lethal alternative you have. Not extremely effective weapon, but if you are trying to do non-lethal. Alright, so I've recovered a bit. I'm back into the facility. I've got to take this guy out. Let's just give him a quick little headshot with my tranquilizer gun here. And I'm playing with a controller, by the way, so that's why my aim is sometimes a bit sluggish. There is a slight amount of lock-on to assist you if you're playing with a controller. I don't know whether that can be adjusted. But, yeah, maybe if you're playing a ranged weapon, a mouse might be a better idea on a keyboard. Alright, so this is my target here. My purpose is to sort of stay near this person and hack them and get their information. But I forgot about that. When they came up the ladder and started to attack me, I decided to knock them out while I was hacking them. There we are. Success! Again, not non-lethal, they're unconscious, but I succeeded. Right, so we'll hack our way into this room here. And, yep, okay, just one guy over there. We can handle that. We can take him out nice and non-lethal. Little tranquilizer dart in the back of the neck. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, there's a turret. Well, I'm a doctor, so I know from treating gun wounds that the dangerous end is the pointy end of the gun. So I'm just going to stand behind the weapon here, if I can get it to turn around. There we go. So I can hack this laptop and get my access key so I can get the hell out of here. We'll just stay behind the danger end of the gun. What could possibly go wrong? I do have to leave the room. Bloody hell! I've got to leave the room at some point and everything's gone wrong. So, I have no weapons with which to take out a armored turret, so I'm just going to leg it. We've got hiding points here. I can keep myself relatively safe from the military hardware. Okay, we'll just close that door behind us, and there we go, scot-free. So yeah, Watch Dogs Legion. It's going to be a lot of fun. Whether or not you want to take things seriously, you want to go lethal, non-lethal, stealth, commando, you just want to dick around and mess with NPCs all day long. I had a lot of fun in Watch Dogs 2, just dicking around, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun in Watch Dogs Legions, just dicking around as well. So there you go. If you had your eye on this thing, Blunty stamp of approval so far. And if you are interested in seeing more, chances are I'll be streaming this over on my Twitch channel, which is linked in the down below, twitch.tv/Blunty. Thank you as always to the patrons floating above, up there. Thank you for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.
Upload complete. Now scarper or they'll kill you for sure.